What the fuck?
You know, guys, I know we talk about this topic every single year around this time, around December, maybe January, when the honeymoon is officially over for a lot of people. Now, let me tell you guys, for the Scadmaster, the honeymoon's been over for quite some time already, but some of the other people, the little slow ones, okay, it's okay. They catch up, it's alright, never wrong, just early out here, alright? The honeymoon phase has ended for a lot of people, and now that reality has set in and we have some data, some actual numbers. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 Part 3, by no surprise, is not doing as well as people hoped for, anticipated, or for a lot of these gooch lickers even expected. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the Scadmaster's not having it today, alright? I'm in a big fat ass mood. Why am I in a bad mood? Because I gotta take a fucking shit. And instead, I'm here in front of the microphone talking about how Call of Duty is dying again year after year. We talk about it all the fucking time. But this time, there is a difference. A lot of people actually wanted this game to do well. But, as we've seen, even if you're quote-unquote doing everything right, the developers are listening to feedback, even if they're actually listening, that is not enough. That does not equate to a successful game. Maybe in terms of quality and enjoyment for a little bit, the honeymoon phase did last a little bit longer than other years, but in terms of your sales that Activision loves to boast about, I'm sorry, but this game just did not cut it. Now, just to run a few numbers with you guys right now, this comes out from Charlie Intel. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 Part 3 was the #1 best-selling game in the US in November. It's the #2 best-selling game of 2023 behind Hogwarts Legacy, which released in February, and Call of Duty was the #2 most played game on PS5 and Xbox in November behind Fortnite. Now, I know nowadays Call of Duty can't seem to get over this hump of Fortnite. Fortnite literally just fucking shits all over Call of Duty if we're talking actual numbers. So to the gooch lickers out there that always say, oh, but it's gonna be the #1 best-selling game of all time. Oh, but it's gonna break all these records. Nope. Fortnite says suck my balls, GTA 6 is gonna say suck my balls, and Hogwarts Legacy, I guess, is still saying suck my balls, so I'm sorry, but doesn't apply today. But this is really the piece of information that I like to see. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 Part 3 was the best-selling game in November in the UK. Sales of MW 2019 Part 3, however, were 38% lower than that of MW 2019 Part 2 sales in the first 3 weeks. Now, obviously, we saw the record that MW 2019 Part 2 broke last year. $1 billion fucking dollars in like 7 days or something crazy like that. So by the 3-week mark, it's no surprise that the sales are lower. However, the Scatmaster out here was the one saying back then, whenever this game was first announced, this game will not sell as well as MW 2019 Part 2. Last year, during that game, I also said, I doubt that record's gonna be broken. And why do I doubt that? Because that game was such a pile of nonsensical, nostalgic baited bullshit that people, even gooch lickers alike, realized if that game, despite its crazy amount of sales and accolades, could not be one of the better CODs that we've had in years, how the fuck is the next game, which is literally just a DLC, it's a faster patch, how is that game supposed to do it? It's not. And this is more evidence of that being the case. And I know this game is still selling better than Vanguard, which is not surprising, it's not difficult whatsoever, and it's doing better than Cold War, which arguably is Treyarch's worst fucking game, so I'm also gonna be the one to say it. Not that difficult. By the way, people were hardly getting physical copies of Cold War. This game right here has bundles with the new PS5, and online it's even significantly easier to obtain because this game is literally just a DLC. We have the same file, Call of Duty HQ or whatever the fuck they want to do nowadays. They've only made it easier on themselves, and yet they barely beat out those games, and yet they still fail. Even after making this game as accessible as fucking humanly possible. I mean, take a look at this, guys. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 Part 3 will be on sale this week on digital stores. The COD website is updated early to say the game is up to 30% off. That's like 20 bucks off, which is good. Let's not underestimate this. $20 off is good, but I mean, for the quality of the game, the amount of content in this game, the mere existence and idea behind this game, this game should be free. Jumping off of my last video, God of War put out a DLC for their campaign, which was longer than Call of Duty's campaign this year, and it was free. That is how you do proper DLC, guys. You don't charge $70 for a fucking patch. I'm sorry, but there's a reason why people like myself did not purchase this game, and we found alternate methods to get it and play it. Whether that be stealing, whether that be pirating, whether that be game sharing. You could have done the most shameless shit ever. I'll tell you guys right now, the thing I did to obtain this game, you know, my moral compass is not as high as maybe people would expect. I mean, I'm the fucking scab master. I talk shit about fat people, fucking Lizzo, Nicki Minaj, cows, cow udders, Modern Warzone, Charlie Intel, fucking furries, people who support SBMM, Hutch, Joe Seacott, you name the dev, they're probably in there somewhere. Go take a look at the fucking gulag if you want to see the list of people that I've shitted on. The point is, guys, the Scadmaster is shameless. I did not spend a dime on this game, and this game should not be worth a dime. And even then, they're putting this game on sale, and I still don't think it's worth it. And on the topic of this game not being worth a fucking dime, I mean, on top of the sale, they have a free trial right now. It's obvious they're trying to push this game out. But guess what? You simply shot yourself in the foot the moment this game was announced to originally be a DLC. And I see these cringy ass fucking content creators and fucking, you know, Charlie Intel, Ghost of Hope, everybody else saying, I don't care what it used to be, I care about what it is today. Shut the fuck up, man. Fucking corny, cringy bullshit, man. If you don't think that went into people's decisions on whether or not they're gonna purchase this game, you're utterly wrong. This game has issues. I mean, you saw the opening clips. I mean, those are just minor examples. You've had people whose stats have been reset after this new season came out. You have people finally realizing that, hey, you know what, apart from 2 maps that we just got, this game still feels the exact same as it did back in the fucking beta. And you guys have heard me say this plenty of times, the launch of your game is the most important window, the most important frame of time that you have in your game to captivate people. If you launch your game with no original content, you're gonna lose people. Even if you tried your hardest with this nostalgia bait of giving us all the original MW2 maps, sure, we appreciate the gesture, but guess what? We don't want to spend $70 fucking dollars on it. It's free DLC at the end of the day. Those maps are remastered. You do not put actual work into creating those maps. Yeah, you reskin them, but guess what? The framework, the blueprints, they were already there. What original content did you significantly work on and present in this game that has captivated people until now? The amount of people that have dropped off this game, we don't have it yet, but let me tell you right now, I predict it's pretty fucking high. So is MW 2019 Part 3 dead? To me, yes it is. And just to throw salt in the wound, I know these gooch lickers are already mad as fuck, but guess what? Lethal Company is outselling Call of Duty on Steam. And guys, I've been doing this for years, okay? Don't think you're gonna outsmart the Scadmaster, especially not in talking shit. Listen up. I know the initial response by a lot of these gooch slickers is, oh, well, Lethal Company is $10, Call of Duty $70. Oh, so you're telling me since Call of Duty is worth $70, there's less people purchasing it compared to a game that is $10, right? That's what you're saying. That's my exact fucking point. This game should not be worth $70, and if it were free to play, I think this game would be one of the most downloaded Call of Duties of all fucking time. But I know the gooch lickers' response to me wanting free to play shit. Oh, just say you're broke. You sound like a broke boy. Well, yeah, well, if that's true, then the brokies playing Lethal Company are outdoing your fucking favorite game, your favorite franchise that you're gooch licking. You're on your fucking knees eating Bobby Cosby's fucking taint, you nasty bitch. Look, I'll tell you guys right now. I wouldn't want to be in an argument against the Scadmaster either. But the fact of the matter is, there's been so many people white knighting this game, so many people gooch licking this game, that when hard data and evidence suggests that this game may not be doing as good as you want it to be doing, and you guys get your panties in a bunch and you start crying and, you know, you start seeing the terrible reviews of this game, the lowest reviewed COD of all time, significantly less sales than last year despite the devs quote unquote listening, and then you have people like Christopher Judge taking a fat steamy scat on top of the Sledgehammer devs and then they start crying, and then you got fucking Barry Sloan shedding tears from his fucking pussy lips. Of course, the Scadmaster's gonna make a video and talk utter shit, We've gotten to the point where I don't care about the actual news of the game. I don't care about what they offered in Season 1. I'm not here to make creative class videos. I'm not here to give best setup videos, how to reverse boost, an SBMM video every single day. No, Scadmaster's gotten to the point where I'm so uninterested in this game and this franchise that whenever anything bad happens to it, I'm fucking laughing and I'm getting on the microphone and I'm talking shit. Don't like it? Don't watch it. Same way you guys say, oh, you don't like the game? Don't play it. You don't like the game? Don't buy it. I didn't buy it, and I've already dropped off majority of my time playing this game. You guys are still watching old ass gameplay right now. Word of advice for the developers and for the gooch lickers as well. Next time a game is marketed as DLC, as a patch, as just undoing the bad shit from the previous game, don't expect that game to be successful. Cause that is not how you do it. I'm sorry, it's really not. Sure, the developers listening to the feedback that we had as a community, yeah, of course, that's good. That's gonna keep us enjoying the game. But judging by the numbers, 1 out of every 3 people that played the last game don't give a fuck about this game. You can't just have majority of your game's leverage be a patched version of the last game and expect success. I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. You got a lot of things that need to go into it, and let me tell you the other thing too, launching your game with no original content, that can never happen again. I don't care which Call of Duty you are biting off of. I don't care which Call of Duty you are completely remastering. That is not the way to do it. Sure, you can nostalgia bait back in 2019 Part 2, but guess what? 3 strikes you're out. People do not give a fuck this time around. 1 out of every 3 people that played last year's game are not playing this game, and that is a ridiculous statistic. So next time the people want to talk about, oh, but guess what? It's the highest selling Call of Duty of all time. Oh, it's the highest selling Call of Duty of fucking November of 2023. It's still gonna be the #1 rated game of the year. Yeah, but 1 out of every 3 people that gave a fuck last year don't give a fuck this year. I'm sorry. And before you want to start crying about how Steam numbers don't count, or how these sales are only given in the UK, so it doesn't completely correlate to the entire rest of the world. Learn how trends work. Learn how percentages work, how slopes work. Take a fucking stats class. Get the fuck off of YouTube. Get off of Call of Duty. Get your tongue off of Joe Seacott's fucking ballsack and go take a real fucking class, okay? Then maybe you would understand how this shit works. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. Do you think MW 2019 Part 3 is dying? And do you think it is happening rightfully so? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.
This ain't in my body.